Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Dawn Chorus. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's available free on itch.io, and if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, $3. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we played Truth or Dare, through Spin the Bottle. And I found out that Lake, he likes getting around. And also we came out to everybody, which seemed to put Miko off, internally, and made our guy emotionally vulnerable. Maybe not emotionally vulnerable, just kind of somebody's emotions made his emotions go whack and he had to go out. But then, we grew close to Lake. But then also Lake was like, so, Dare, I dare you to text the person you have a crush on. So we did, and then Lake was like blushing. But nobody else could figure out who it was. Just someone in the room. And then the light suddenly went out. Anyways, it's dark in the room, save for the warm glow of the fireplace. Huh? What's happening? We've lost power. It should be back, shortly. Outages last below half an hour, usually. Half an hour? That's cool. I love power outages. You've never been in Texas. Clearly. They're usually not short, nor do they, are fun. Because, hey, guess what happens when you're in Texas during the summertime? During a power outage. Not fun. Anyways, huh? What? Why? Who likes power outages? Just look around. Look at how atmospheric it is right now. We could have just turned the light off, It's not the same. Now, even if we wanted to, we can't turn it back on. Differences seem to be subtle, but I think I understand what he means. This is, like, a communal experience, something exciting, an extraordinary event. When was the last time you did it? You didn't have power. I don't even remember. Boy, look at you guys. Mr. I don't live in Texas. You're right. It's just... it has its charm. But it's also kind of spooky, in a good way. Oh, maybe there's something supernatural at play here. Power doesn't go out without a reason. How would that work? I don't know. That's what supernatural means. It's inexplicable. Ooh. Maybe there's a killer on the loose, and he cut out the power, so it would be easier to murder us. How would getting the power help them? It only alerted us. Hey, stop ruining my fun. Oh, I know what we should do. How we tell scary stories. Shouldn't we first go and see what's going on? We would know what's going on. We lost power. No, wait, we know what's going on. We lost power. So if nobody knows any, I remember one. It's from this area too. What do you say? I like the one with big werewolf boyfriends. Anyways, sounds good. Go ahead. I'm curious about the story. Spooky stories time. Lake straightens himself on the chair and looks at us expectantly. We all sit down in the chairs and touch facing them, some excitedly, some hesitantly. Also, this reminds me of this smoke room, which we have no idea what the hell is going on. I mean, it's spooky stuff that could easily be explained, but maybe not. Light in the fireplace illuminates him from the side, giving his features a sharp look. So, this is the story about how my life got turned upside down. I mean, I've heard from a guy in uni. His friend's with a group that often goes on fjord trips, and this happened to them 3 years ago. When looking online for places to stay around the parts for an early winter trip, they found a neat-looking cabin that was dirt cheap. They booked it right away, happy that they found a deal so good. So they booked the cabin for the 4 of them, chattering a bit over email with the owner, who seemed to be pretty nice, and got ready for the trip. They arrived at the cavern at the town by the car in the afternoon and met with the owner of the cabin, an older, bare-kneed mountain dog gentleman. He gave them the directions and the key to the cabin and wished them a thrilling stay and hope they don't die of happiness or something. Boredom, I don't know. The cabin was further from the town than they thought, and they drove through the frozen plains and forests for almost half an hour. When they arrived, they saw a picturesque meadow and the cabin was. They thought it was worth coming. The cabin itself looked nice too. Simple wooden structure built, but it had a certain charm to it. It was only October, but the weather was really cool, and that year, and everything was covered in a thick layer of snow, just like now. They entered the cabin and found it neat and cozy, perfect for a short stay. It was equipped with a kitchenette, 3 beds, a couch, table, and a few chairs. So, pretty much everything they needed, including knives. There's also a stack of plain wax candles and matches on the table. A few old paintings were hanging from the walls. One of them depicting a verse in winter, settling them for more unsettled for some reason. The way they looked at there was something in the woods staring back at them. They ended up taking the painting down and hiding it behind the couch for the time being and continued unpacking because they're weird like that. Afterwards, I'm getting kind of breathless. Afterwards, they went back for a walk around the area just to see if there was anything interesting there. There wasn't. It was really boring. But as they walked through the woods, they felt the same unsettling presence staring from the painting. Spooked, they retreated back to the cavern. As soon as they were back in, though, the doors were locked securely behind them. They started to laugh at themselves. How silly was that? To spook themselves over some old painting. It was really getting late and dark, so they decided to stay for the day. Also, never mind, I'll keep going. They wouldn't be bored for sure. They were partying a bunch and they brought speakers and a lot of booze with them. So they spent the whole rest of the day and a half partying, drinking, singing, and having a great time. When they woke up the next day, it was already afternoon. The day was cloudy and it must have been snowing all night. As they looked outside, they saw everything including the car was covered in a pearly white mounds. It was this thing they call snow. As the others were busy preparing food, one of them went over to clear snow from the car. But as he opened the door, he saw a terrifying sight. Over on the doorframe, a deep rectangular scratches made with blades or monstrous claws. He looked down and she saw paw prints already covered by fresh snow. They seemed to be unnaturally huge, like a bear or something, but not some kind of anthro bear, like some kind of wild bear. Looked around the cabin, saw familiar markings in one of the window frame, and moved paw prints heading towards the woods. Terrified, she hurried back and closed the door behind her. Thinking the skies, they had locked the windows on the previous night. The rest got pretty spooked, seeing her all trembling and breathless. Woo. Led her to the couch and let her rest for a short while before she recounted what she'd seen inside. Others thought he was trying to trick them. When they opened the door, they didn't laugh anymore. Terrified, they gathered on the table and tried to make sense of it. The burglar trying to break in and steal their stuff, or some psycho went to murder them. They didn't have so many marks. Why did they have so many marks? Our greatest best course action was call the old cabin. Hey boys, guys! They said, that went outside in the morning was tasked with calling. She did, but of course, there's no reception. Spooked, they agreed to go to the cabin. There's more vulnerable to his belongings in the back in town. They didn't went for a while. And they found a passenger car right down the road they came. It wasn't safe until they were struck in the snow. It was 5 minutes of riding from the cabin. One of them wanted to continue forward on his paws, but finally they all agreed. It was too late and cold. It was too far away. If they were driving for half an hour, walking around, taking much longer, said they decided to go back to the cabin and try calling the police, or at least hope that the cabin owner We paid him a visit. They walked back in silence, too terrified for any small talk. Along the way, they regularly checked the reception, but there was still none. By the time they got back, it was already dark. Full moon illuminated the of snow. By the sun left the cuts on the door frames, like no one was or nothing tried to get inside while they were out. They entered the cabin once and locked the door securely and checked for all the windows. They didn't have any weapons, but they thought the officer were waiting to break in. It's not you, boy. Once they got brighter and a bit worse, try to go back in time. Every time they stay alert and decided to play party games, they started to spin the bottle, play for a while. But late in the night, Cal's dark fled the room. They all fell silent, and that's when they heard her heavy footsteps outside. Sorry, because you're back, I was so gross, sorry. I swear, I heard Paul's steps myself. I glance the corridor and see nothing but oppressive darkness. Like takes his phone out and turns on the torch, the flashlight. Then the officers left in their phones. They're too terrified to move. Finally, one of them grabbed the phone and pointed at the window. Lifts the phone dramatically and shines it outside the room. And behind the window, they saw murder. Behind the window, they saw where Lake was looking. A giant figure standing outside. It is the murder, whoa. The loud thud shakes the room. It looks like Lake fell back from the chair he was in. Fucking hell, Lake. Are you okay? I run up to Lake, who's sitting on the floor behind the chair, looking at me with a terrified gaze. Dark, what the hell? I was just improvising this. I didn't know you could do that. Lake springs upright, terror clear in his wandering eyes. Hey, calm down. It was definitely not a monster. Since when do monsters wear clothes? I don't know, but I don't like it. This dark. Dark, it's dark. The rest stood up to see what was up with Lake's sudden bout of panic. Have you seen it too? What? Everyone, to my room, now! Lake storms out the room, pulling me after him. Others' paw steps follow, accompanied by agitated whispers, until we make it upstairs to Lake's room. It all happened so fast, I don't even have time to question it, trying to keep up with Lake's pace, especially with Lake's paw holding mine firmly. In the darkness, I hear several other doors opening, other students peeking out in the darkness, but Lake opens the door to his room, hurriedly led us all in. Come on, what are you waiting for? The padded paw, or what are you waiting for? The paw presses against my back, and I decisively push me inside. I walk further into the room and sit down on the bed to make space for the rest. I have to breathe just a little bit, because let's read it quickly. Colin? What kind of situation do we just find ourselves in? Looks like it. There's no one left in the corridor. Though, why exactly are we here? We're hiding, of course. Hiding? There was someone behind the window. Mika doesn't seem convinced. I like the guest house technician. We lost power. Maybe someone needs to come and fix it. He's standing behind the window, looking at us, with no tools in his paws. I think I'm with Jorgen with this one. Sorry. Lake walks up to the window, discreetly peeking out. I can't see anyone outside now. What if they cut the lights, so they can murder us? What? How will that even help? If anything, they alarmed us all, and they didn't cut off the signal. Right? I check my phone, and I still have reception, although very weak. I sit down in the bed, considering our situation. I don't know how to feel about it myself. Am I? Spooked. Calm. Nothing extraordinarily happened, after all. Blackouts happen, and why would someone standing outside the guest house terrify us? Nick spooked himself with his own story, that's all. Lake, do you really think we're in danger? Well, likely not. But this is way more fun if we assume we are. He's weird. But I want to fuck him. I mean, not in a bad way, just plain eccentric. But I guess I would play along. There's no harm in that. And it might indeed be fun. Can we light up the room a bit? I can barely see anything. Well, we don't have power. That's the whole problem. Yeah, but, A torch, maybe? We do have torches on our phones, right? Are you crazy? They'll see that we're here. Guys? Who exactly? We don't know. That's the issue. Guys. What? I think I can hear something outside. Footsteps, slow and deliberate. Someone walking up the stairs. The wooden steps creak, ominously one by one, like someone groaning in discomfort. Maybe they are because they ate too much tamanaki. Everyone inside the room freezes, listening. The steps stop right outside the door. Silence stretches out, each moment unbearable. Lake's paw finds my arm, and he holds on to me. Clutching at my sweater, I saw a flash outside. We stare at the door intensively, and we could... Sorry. As if we could see who was on the other side, if we focused enough. Finally, the steps pick up again, and we collectively exhale in relief. That was close. Lake collapses on the bed and leans against me, releasing my arm from his death grip. Bet the lion's head gently, trying to calm him down and think of what we could do now. Foremost, it's terribly dark in here. I can barely see the rest. Miko sitting on the other bed, looking rather disinterested. Jorgen is talking with Travis, and... Wait. Where's Toruf? Where's Toruf? I didn't see him come upstairs with us. What happened to him? Like, please don't crush my arm. We need to go find him. What? Why? I'm sure he's fine. At least send him a message first and see if he responds. I will, but I feel bad about leaving him. I'm going out. Who's going with me? We're all here, I think. Maybe we'll find out what's happening while we're at it. I nod in agreement, only then remembering that Jorgen likely cannot even see me. But he can hear me see me. Yeah, if anything, we shouldn't split up. You know how it always ends up in horror films. Are we in one? If we are, then certainly a low-budget one. I only hope it's not a slasher. Lake opens the door carefully and listens. I think it's all clear. Anyone going? I don't want to go first. The lion hasn't stopped holding on to me since we decided to leave the room. Now, after the spin the bottle and questions I got from Lake, our closeness takes on an additional layer of meaning, and I can't help but blush under my fur, feeling the lion's heat. I can go first, unless somebody wants that honor. Silence is enough to of a reply. Can I at least turn the torch now? I guess. We're more vulnerable if you can't see anything. I walk out into the corridor, finally letting go of my arm, and take out my phone. But as I slide my pawn in my pocket, something collides with me, pushing me backwards into Lake. What the? Shoot, sorry. Dark, hello. Hey, it's seldomly seen Klaus. I forgot about his route. His mysterious route. Light comes back on, suddenly as it went away, revealing Black Cat standing in the corridor in front of us. Do I know you? And how do you know my name? I hope the blackout didn't bother you too much. That was unplanned. The cat ignored my questions completely. Now if you excuse me, I need to go replace this. He shakes his paw, in which he's holding a blue box with some knobs and lights, not unlike something I'd expect to see in Miko's room. Some kind of audio effect? But what would he need it for? Or I can protest, the cat maneuvers past me and walks down the stairs. Or maybe I should say glides, which is how quiet he is and smooth his moves are. Do you guys know him? I do. He's at our table during lunch yesterday. His name is Klaus, I think. But I don't know much apart from that. That was worrying. Was it? I would say it's weird. That too. Anyway, we still have Toruf to find. For what? Toruf, where the hell have you been? I stayed in the common room. Shortly after you left, Coach came through the guest house and told everyone he found to move to the cafeteria. Told everyone he found to move to the cafeteria where he was sitting with the staff, but he didn't notice me in the chair. So I stayed there and chilled with a book at the fireplace. You were right, it's quite atmospheric, though it looks like they already fixed it. You stayed downstairs and chilled? And I was so worried about you. Couldn't you answer my message at least? I didn't see any. I had an ebook reader opened. But it's good that the light's back. We can go back and finish the game. I don't think I want to still play. I need some rest before supper. I'll see you there then. And Torv leaves us standing in the corridor. Meanwhile, the rest stand around awkwardly. So, I think I'll go back to my room. Some rest after this would be nice indeed. I'll be going too, but it was nice hanging out. Thank you. Nico glances at me, but from his face, I still can't read anything at all. Well, it's been fun. Thank you guys. Travis gives Lake a friendly pat on the back before leaving, and finally, it's just the two of us alone again. Suddenly, Lake rests his whole weight on me, deflating. Tark. Yes? That was a lot. Quite a lot. Yeah. It's been a busy day in general. His weight on me doesn't diminish. Instead, Lake leans on me even more, his snout resting against my shoulder. Do you want some rest? A muffled sound and a nod, the wet nose rubbing against the fabric of my t-shirt. Let's go back to your room then. I won't have to carry you, I hope. Could I even? Likely not. My bet is that Lake weighs the same as me, being a tad taller, but also slimmer. Well, Lake straightens up, rubbing the back of his head. I thought about going to the sauna. I haven't been there today yet. A sauna? Oh yeah, I remember when me and Rune were on the roof, he came across us, making a sex joke. Though maybe he wasn't joking and he thought we were. The burning coals, the smell of wood, the burning heat penetrating the fur and licking at the skin underneath. Like, that's a fantastic idea. Is it? Yeah, I haven't been in the sauna today either. After all this, we definitely deserve a session. Everything that's happened today. Jorgen's problems, the lectures, how the blackout, Lake's panicking. Great fatigue starts weighing on me. Great. Do you need anything from the room, or can we go there now? I'll take a shampoo with me. It's so late that I might as well shower already. Good idea. I think we'll do the same. So, see you in 3 minutes? Sounds good. Sauna. Really great idea. Burrito. Or croissant. The smell of wood and heat is the first thing that hits me when we enter the sauna. Let's check my face. The heat itself comes after a while, after it penetrates through my dense fur. But that first inhale, burning my lungs and invigorating me, is the nicest. It immediately puts my mind at ease. Lake enters after me and closes the door. We're lucky. With supper about to be served, there's no one else here anymore. Oh, nice. We got the whole sauna to ourselves. Nice indeed. Usually, we wouldn't talk in the sauna. It's not a place for frivolities. But if we're here alone, then who cares? Middle bench? I'd go for the top one, but we can start here. And work our way up. Oh, I think I might need to censor that. I can't really see anything anyways. Oops. Back up. Let me just make sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to censor something. I climb up the 2 sets of benches on the right and sit at the topmost one, draping the towel over the first, and Lake follows. We both lean back, letting the heat engulf us, and breathe out deeply to the limit of our lungs, exhaling the fatigue. Silence follows, both of us content in the surroundings of the moment of tranquility. I remember, my second college had a sauna, but it always smelled terribly, like sweat. Too much sweat. Time stops inside the sauna. My thoughts slow down a bit. The burning furnace casts deep shadows across the room, otherwise unlit. Look, the moon. Indeed, high up in the sky, the pale face of the moon glows like a distant reflector. The paro, paro, panoramic view, here is so neat, unlike anything I've seen in the saunas I've been to my whole life. It makes the sauna feel like an extension of the outside, bringing it with the inside. It's too late for any spectacular views, but the closeness of the sky outside still puts me in awe. It's so nice being here, in the warm outside, having the frozen landscape laid before us. We're nearing full moon, right? Looks like it. Why, are you a were-owl? A were-owl? Oh, maybe that's one of those, like, local, things. You know, like werewolves, were-owls, were-bears. Ah, you wish. What? No. Lake looks away, his white mane hiding his face from me. My heart flutters gently once again. He's so cute like that. So, Lake, how do I start this? Yeah? He asked me if I would consider dating Guy. He has to like guys too, right? No, he's completely straight. When he went to check up on me in the corridor, he pretty much said it himself. But it's better to make sure there aren't any misunderstandings. This is such an embarrassing thing to ask. So you're gay too, right? I'd word it differently, but I am into guys, yes. Now, why do you ask? That face. The tips of my ears feel really hot right now, and not only because of the sauna. Hopefully you masturbated recently so you aren't getting a chub. Sorry, this is all still new to me. Right. I still feel bad about putting you on the spot. If you didn't come out to anyone before, I can't imagine how taxing it must be. Well, some people know, but I wouldn't say I'm open with it, and I haven't told my parents. I quite dread telling them, actually. I don't think you should, though. Once you do it, at least you don't have to pretend to be someone you're not anymore. It might be hard to, but once it's over, that's a weight off your chest. I'm not even sure what I'm afraid of. I'm sure they'll act positively. But still, I'm afraid I'd let them down somehow. It's the worst feeling in the world, isn't it? Letting someone down? Let alone your parents. Things will be good, I'm sure of it. How about your parents? Do they know? Ah, well, I haven't told them. I'm sure they'd be happy. How do you know? Because I'm happy, and that's what should be important, right? Well, it should, I guess. Look at the window at the black sky. I wish I could be more like Lake, braver, true to myself. Something like admitted during Spin the Bottle comes back to me. He's had 5 partners already versus my 0. He's way more experienced than me already, and I think I envy that. So, he said he slept with 5 partners already, but not all of these were serious encounters? The words feel angular and awkward in my throat, and there's that unpleasant fluttering in my chest again. How did it look like then, if you want to talk about it at all? Well, I met with people from a dating app. That's as casual as it gets. That's too, because learning from your mistakes isn't that easy. Dating apps? I tried my luck in one dating app, but the people there creeped me out. I felt uncomfortable, and having an app downloaded, so I installed it after a week. Oh, that wouldn't be a good first time anyway, trust me. I'm not a fan of these either. You can meet some decent people eventually, though, so I wouldn't say it's not worth it. I wouldn't say it's not worth the hassle, but I don't think it works for me, no. And it's not like you're missing a lot. All that stuff is overrated, you know? The nicest part is falling asleep cuddled into someone anyway. Something I've never experienced. I bet. It would be nice to try someday. Yeah. I lean back, the heat slowly getting to me. My heart is already racing in my chest. I don't think I can sit here for much longer. What do I want from Lake? We're friends, but now I really think I might have a crush on him. How do these things work? I don't want to ruin our friendship through this. He's important to me now, even if we weren't really close before the trip. But I don't want to repeat this situation with Miko. I can't. I should be open about this. Besides, wasn't it Lake who started flirting with me? Okay, that's enough for me. I need to cool down. Already? Yeah. Besides, supper should be served soon. I'm gonna have to censor that. Link smiles at the mention of food and gets up as well. Good call. I'm dying from hunger already. What about 5 calicite you had a few hours ago? Seriously, how does your metabolism work? In mysterious ways. I think I get hungry after such stressful situations though. And the sauna works wonders on an appetite too. Nick starts walking down the benches, but lightheaded from the heat and exhaustion, I get a bold idea. Lake, before we go, can I ask you something? You asked if I ever considered dating a guy. Did you have any specific one in mind? I mean, you did text him saying that you think he's your crush. Maybe. Nick turned around and leaves the sauna. Cold. I think now's a good idea to cut it, because, the next episode will be the extended one if it has length to it. Ooh. But then, yeah, that's when we will be, doing the stuff and things. But where we will be, okay, I'm a bit lost. Okay, there we are. Where we're going to be finishing Lake's route. At least, till day 2's end. That's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So comment, comment, comment you like, dislike, tips, as always. If you like me, YouTube, and like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out others that be grown. Please remember to spend your ammo, so have control of the pet population. And until next time, I want to say, me, GamerWolfSix of Dawn Chorus. So thanks, and see ya.